Hello. So, hi guys. We would be solving one of the question of 35 marks that that can be asked or has been asked in TCS IPA. So we would be solving this in Java, as discussed earlier or in the previous videos. We would be following these 6 steps to solve the problem, and yeah. So let's start it. So first of all, look at the question. So we have to create a class travel agencies with the attributes register number, agency name, package type, price, flight facility, and we have to make two methods over here. First one is find agency with highest package price, and the second one would be agency details for given ID and method type. So and these are the input and these are the expected output, so we would be testing it on our code. Now most of the times the methods that are you know that students face difficulty, or uh, my fellows people face difficulty, is the method in which we have to return an object. So this is also an question where we would be requiring to return an object, so we would be looking into it. Okay, so let's start. So first we would start on creating a class. So the class, we would give the name as travel agency, and this requires int registration number. We need to keep it private, as it is asked in question that all the data members should be private. Then we need string and the agency name. This would also go private. Then we have package type. We have price, that is of integer data type, and we have the facility, which is of boolean type. So the creation of our class is done. So this is how easy it is. Like, if we follow these steps, it would be, the question would be easily solvable. Then next we would be going into creating an constructor. So let's create it. Public travel agency, and goes in reg number, string agency name, string package type, int price, and boolean flight facility. All right. Now on the the compiler that is there on the exam day, that does not support any kind of autocorrect or those functionalities that other IDs provide. So you have to type everything, nor the copy paste option works over there. Like you can't copy, or you can't paste anything over there. So that is why people feel it difficult. But with proper practice and practicing it on the uh, explore platform, it would give you a slight advantage of coming up with that difficulty. Now our constructor is also done. Now we would be writing the getter functions. Now if you see in the question, it is written that you need to write both getters and setters. But I feel that writing setters for those questions is of no use, because we don't use the set function generally. Like there has been not even a single question where we needed to implement a set function. So I guess rather on wasting time on setters functions, we can go forward. So what we can do is that we just write getter functions and we leave it there. So we would be uh, writing getters and setters as a number, and we will return. Okay. So I am copy pasting this code, but that wouldn't work in your actual exam. Return package type. I also feel that Java is pretty easy for, at least for IPA, as compared to the Python. Like it's my opinion. There might be people who might be feeling that uh, Python is pretty easy in IPA. But as far as I have given two attempts. In first one, I tried Java, and in second I tried Python. I felt that you know mm, the Java is pretty easy. The difficulty of question is also pretty easy in Java. So we are done with creating the getters function also, and now the we would be going to the main part. We would be creating an object. Now as you can see here, the size of that object would be equal to the number of inputs that has been given. Now here we can see that how many data types are there. We have 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 data types are there in that uh, object. So we need to count how many items are there. Like this would be the first one, this would be the second one, this would be the third, this would be the fourth, and these were the two inputs. So the size is 4. So what we do is that we allocate that much space to our object. So that would be 4. For every question, the input size would be same. So you can write it over here also. Now we take the input from, like, we need to scan those input that are there. So we write a for loop for that. So 0 to ta dot length I plus plus. And now we need to write int a is equal to sc dot next int c dot next line. Then we have string b is equal to sc dot next line. We have string c dot next line. Then we have another integer int next line. And then we have the boolean type. Next boolean. Okay. Now we allocate this to the object ta. So ta of I is equal to new travel agency a comma b comma c comma d comma e. This is how it is done. Now let's see if there are any errors over there. Hopefully there shouldn't be any. Okay. So yeah. So no errors. It is compiling properly. Now after that, as we are done working on the main function, now comes the main part, is that working on the method that is there. Now we have to create two methods in this question. The first would be find agency with highest package price method. This method will take an array of travel agency object as an input parameter and return the highest price from the given array of package. Right. So this would be an easy one. Like we have to find an we need to find the agency with the highest package. Right. So here, yeah. So in this input, if you can see that the highest package is 50,000. So the output is 50,000 over here. So that is the highest package, right? So that is why the output is 50,000. So let's do it. So public int. So it would be returning an integer, or you can say the salary is in integers. Sorry, the salary, I mean, the package price is in integer, so the function would be returning an integer type. Highest package, and we give the parameters as travel agency object ta, and that is all what is required for this question. Now what we would be doing is that we would be creating an variable known as max price, and we would be allocating 0th element. Like the first, like we have total four objects, sorry, total four, you can say data members in those object. So we would be adding the first, that is the get price, to this variable. So what would that do is that whatever the first input we would be getting, that would be directly stored in the max price variable. And later on, we will discuss it. Wait a minute. Now we would be iterating over the object once again, and we would be checking if PA of I dot get price is greater than max price. Now then we would be updating max price with PA phi dot get price. That is how easy it is, and we would be returning a max price at the end. What we have done here is that we have the first member, that is 123 A to Z platinum 50. So, and this is the price 50,000. So that would be stored. Initially what we do is that we store this 50,000 number in max price. That is why we have written PA of 0 dot get price. Now later on what will happen is that there will be a loop that would be iterating over each of them, and it would be comparing whether the price is greater than the max price. Now what in the initial terms we had max price as 50,000. So is 30,000 greater than 50,000? No. So it would go to the next element. Is 40,000 greater? No. Is 20,000 greater? No. And it would come out of the loop, and we would be returning max price over there. So this is how it would go. Now let's see. So this is our first method, and we would see that whether it is running without any errors or not. Yeah, it is compiling without errors, so that's a good thing. Now what we would be doing is that we would be returning the first method that we have created. Now integer answer, where we would be storing the output. Now we would be calling the function. We would be calling the function that would be as package, and the travel agencies object would go in, and then we would be doing system dot println and answer. Now let's see if it's working. Now we need to give this input. So that is 123 A to Z agency, 123 A to Z. Now we would be using short forms because it would take a long time to platinum. And we have 50,000 true. And we have uh, 345 SSS agency. We have gold, and we have 30,000 is its price, and we have false. Now we have 987 ox and king diamond 1000 to 888 global tours 20,000, and we have false. Now our output should be 50,000. Okay, okay. So input mismatch. So I guess we have missed something over here. Yeah, we have missed the type. Uh, yeah, so we need to compile it again. Or what you can do is that you can take this code and you can test it against your own input. So this is the first method that we have created. Now we would be going to the second method, right? Now second method, what is the second method? We would be looking at it. Yeah, so we didn't input silver over there. That is why it's there is an you know error. Now the second method would be agency detail for given ID and type. The method will take three input parameters: the object, integer parameter register number, string parameter package type. The method will return travel agency object. Now this is where you will face difficulties, or I have received messages from students that they are facing difficulties in returning the objects. So we would be solving this. It is quite easy if you understand, or understand the question, or it's not that too hard. So we would be solving this. Okay, so before that we need to take two inputs from the user, that is integer and a string, registration number and package type. So int input 1 c dot next int c dot next line, and we have a string input. Okay, now we have taken the inputs. Now we would be going to create the second method. Now since we have to return uh, the object over here, so that would be of type travel agency. We would give its name as method 2 over here. You can name anything. I have mentioned method 2 over here, and the input would be, as they have said in the question, the object, the integer input 1, and the string input 2, right? Integer parameter registration number, we have renamed it as integer input 1, string parameter package type, and we have renamed it as input 2. Now the method will return the travel agency object based on the below condition. Now the flight facilities should be available, and the input parameters should match with the registration number and package type of the travel agency. Okay. If any of the above conditions are not met, then the method should return null. So we would be checking it. Before that, we would be doing an for loop for iterating over the objects. Alright. And now there would be a condition if a of I dot get flight facility. It should have flight facility should be available, so that must be true. Get flight facility is equal to true. Then we would go and check if p of I dot get get registration number equal to the input one, and the second condition would be and p of I dot get package type dot. So what we can do is here registration number dot equals ignore case and input one. Yeah, and get package type dot equals ignore case input 2. As we have used AND operator because it is mentioned in the question that both of the cases should satisfy, then we would be returning the agency or that particular hotel. Return TA of I. Now, in easy words, if their flight facility is true and the registration number is equal to the input that we would be giving and the package type would be equal to the input that we would be giving, then we have to return that specific element. Now in this we can see that they have mentioned false, sorry, yeah, they have mentioned diamond, right? 987 and diamond. So 987 and diamond are the two inputs. The registration number is 987 and diamond is the package type. And since they have found an element that satisfies both of these things, they have written Cox and Kings, that is 40,000. Now, okay, Cox and Kings, for 987 is their ID and they have a diamond type. So that is why they have written Cox and Kings. Alright, so this is what it is. And we would be returning that specific element. Else, they have told us to return null. Yeah, else return null. Alright, hope this should run. Okay. TA of I dot get registration number. So what we have, the mistake that we have done is that equals ignore cases works with equals to input one. Yeah, now it should work probably. Yeah, it's working now. Now what we have to is that we have to call that function, specific function. So after this, okay, now we would be, there would be a need to create another object so that we could return that. So travel agency answer to would be equal to, the name is method 2, right? Method 2 pa comma 1 comma input 2. This would be the parameters and and we would be returning that. Now what we have to return is that we have to return the name. In this you can see that we have to return the name and its price. So we would be returning that over here. So answer 2 dot get name, get agency name, and plus. So we need both of these things. So I guess this is in this format only. Yeah. Plus along with that you need the price also. Get price. This is how it would be. Let's see if it runs. It should run probably. Yeah, it is running. Now we would put in the inputs pretty carefully now. So 1, 2, 3, A to Z. Then we have platinum 50,000. We have true gold 50,000 is its price. False 987. Sun King diamond subscription 1000 is its price. Global silver package and price is 20,000 and doesn't have flight facility. And are two inputs, that would be first one would be the integer input or the registration number input and the subscription type. Yeah, so now we can see here the outputs are 50,000 and Cox and King 40,000, as you can see here. Yeah, so both of the things are done now. Both of them are creation of method is done and calling of method is done. Also we have tested it against the input that has been provided in the question. So if you have any kind of doubts or you need this code, kindly comment or kindly message me. I would be doing that. And more of these types of questions, most of them would be of this type would be coming up soon. I would be making a separate only and separate video that would be dealing with methods that are returning objects as we have seen in this question. Yeah, so thank you.